This video is about my 12-volt power supply that I can run in series for up to 24 volts. And I wanted to give a big thanks to Terry, aka Still Forgiven, over at the RC Groups forums. Him and this other cat named Xandrios or Xandrios. He's the guy that recommended these power supplies. There's three of them that are similar, I guess: the Delta, the Artesian, and the IBM. I went with the Artesian. I think it's the same power supply though. They're server power supplies, and you get them pretty cheap off of eBay. And if you're a RC hobbyist, then this is like really for you. But anyway, this is the 12-volt side, and this is the 24-volt side. So there's 12 volts, and it's got a 5K pot right here, and you put that pot between the pin 17 and the ground, and then you can ramp it up. You can ramp it up. The most I could get is like 13.5. Anything after 13.5, it's going to shut off. Matter of fact, see, it shuts off, and then you can just turn it off and turn it back on and come right back on. These are cool connectors because you can just, like on the iCharger, it has banana plugs. You just go right into the front. You could also, if you had a different charger, you could loosen them up, plug it in from the side too. Now, when you want to go the 24 volts, all you got to do is turn on the second one. This is running in 12 volts right here too. So it's 12 volts here, 12 volts here. But I wired this LED to come on with 24 volts. So when you flick the switch, this wires I got jumped from here to here to run it in series gives you 24 volts. So you would hook your leads up to here, and you got 24 volts coming out of this lead, and this lead is 24 volts, and this lead and this lead is 12 volts. If you're concerned about safety, one thing I would recommend is to float the DC ground. And there's a slew of information on how to do that on the RC Groups forums. One easy way to make sure that you did it correctly is if you take your multimeter and you touch it here, and you touch it anywhere on the case, really, either case, you shouldn't get no continuity. If you touch it here and anywhere on the case, you should get continuity, because the 12-volt side is not floated. Only the 24-volt side is floated. Okay, well, that's an easy way to test that. Another thing is, like, if you are the pins, it's real easy to hook up the power side of the Molex connector, but the signal side is really tough to do because the pins are so small. And what I did is I just chipped away. I got the Dremel and drilled it, and then chipped away until I could expose the pins enough to solder to. But if you look at the at this printout that I got, I printed out online of that Molex connector. It comes in 32 traces, but ours on our power supply is 24 traces. So what you got to do, if you're soldering from the top, you got to turn this paper inside out and look at it through the back side up to some light, and kind of look at it backwards. So the upper right pin is number 1, and going across from right to left is 1 through 12, and then the bottom row is 12 through 24. And this is if you were looking at your PCB from the top. And that really confused me. So I hope that little piece of information helps somebody out. because that really had me confused. I was like, man, if I had to do it again, I would pick a different power supply. Not because there's anything wrong with this power supply. It's just that it's hard to work on because of the pins. Most other power supply have pins out the back because it's real easy to solder to or to put a clip on. Whereas this one is like that Molex connector is like something I don't even know what it is. It's just really super tiny and hard to work with. But this is what it looks like. That's what it looks like from the side. Got some holes right here. Then I put a fan on the back, try to keep it cool. And that's about it. I got room in here. The cord fits in there perfect with this piece of foam. The cord fits in there perfect with the foam piece. And you really don't need the foam piece. I just put it in there just for in case it flip over, but it's kind of heavy, so it's not gonna flip over. You'd have to like purposely flip it over, and if it does, I got that foam in there to keep the power supplies at the bottom. Plus, it's a nice tight fit. This box, there's like really no room in there. The box fits it pretty tight. So once again, this is a thanks to Terry and to everybody who helped out at the forum. Okay, peace.